We are at Weaver's Archery in Middleburg with Keith Weaver. And Keith, right around the corner, we're going to talk about hunting. Where do we talk about first?
As far as bowstrings, we've built custom strings as well, a couple different materials. You can pick whatever color you want. You can make it from mild to wild, unique to you. There's a bunch of different string materials out there. There is some inexpensive ones and there's some premium ones. So a bowstring is not just a bowstring, and we can help you walk through that. So.
And then bringing it in for service. Important? I mean, because you just inspected it. If it needs something, you bring it right here to Weaver's, and you can do everything.
Absolutely. You know, a good time of year to do it is between January and June. It's usually not quite as busy. It's right after hunting season, right before hunting season. There's people that do that, you know, once a year. That's a good idea. It's not a bad idea because, you know, stuff can happen out there in the hunting woods.
Is it too late? We're in August. Is it too late?
No, not at all. Not at all. We got still about a month and a half or so prior to hunting season. Yeah, we do this actually even up through the season.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yep.
People have to think about that.
Right.
So next we talk about arrow selection, very important.
It is very important because if you get an arrow that is too weak or too light, you may explode your bow like the one we just saw. It's very important. So you want to first of all see how long, make sure the draw length is correct. And then we have a measuring arrow that we measure how long the arrow needs to be. Then we have a chart, you know, with the draw length, or the arrow length rather, and the point weight. Point weight's very important. The cam system, and then there's a chart here that, you know, the manufacturers have, you know, suggested, and you want to fall in there because that's very important. You can have maybe a correct weight arrow, but yet it's not stiff enough. It'll be, as it were, a snake coming out of the bow, and that does not transfer the energy of the bow to the target, or to the arrow, and then to the target efficiently, and you'll have arrow flight issues, broadhead flight issues. So arrow selection is very, very important. Once you have the cams in time, draw length right, draw weight correct, then your time to look at arrows.
And Keith, another important part of preseason preps, checking your arrows.
Absolutely. As we'll see on here, some of these are, this one here's got a ripped fletching that's going to make noise. This one here, it's got a part here from being hit by another arrow. That can fly apart, causing some bad things. Again, a ripped nock and ripped fletching, busted nock. This one here got hit to the point where the end of the arrow actually needs to be trimmed down before a new nock is installed. So we do a lot of refletching, you know, something like this. The arrow is fine. We just need to put a new nock in, cut the vanes off, stick new fletchings on. We do that a lot. So ideally that's what you want it to look like, and we can make it look like that. And also on crossbows, because like this one here, this one got hit by another arrow right in the center of the nock. Yeah. That's a accident or a hazard waiting to happen there. You don't want to shoot that arrow. And broadheads are very important. A bow and an arrow kills by hemorrhaging, whereas a rifle kills by tunnel damage. So you want to make sure the business end of your arrow is very, very sharp. Now there's a bunch of different ones. I just have a few here. We got a bunch over on our broadhead display, but these are some of our better sellers, some of our better performing broadheads. Any of them will do the trick if you put it in the right spot, but some still are better than others. And whatever you choose, you want to make sure that you got it flying good with the good, correct arrows, correct cam timing. All that makes a difference, especially when you come down, you know, to the business end of your broadheads. There's a bunch of different ones. I like a mechanical style broadhead, one that is closed, and when you shoot, when it hits the animal, it opens up to a bigger cutting diameter. The flight is very, very similar to a field point, but then again, like I said, some people like they might like a conventional style where the blades are always open. You can sometimes have a little bit more arrow flight issues with these. You might need to tweak your setup a little bit more with something like this, but they will all do the trick. You want to make sure, first and foremost, that they're sharp. Again, we're right along 522, right between Middleburg and Selinsgrove, right smack along 522. It's simple to find, weaversarchery.com, where you can give us a call, send us an email. It's pretty simple.
Bill McIntyre Chevrolet, here to show you a 2017 Corvette Z51. The car has 460 horsepower, 465 torque, has dual mode exhaust, so you can turn the exhaust up to a louder exhaust and one to turn it off when you get home. Under the hood, it's got a 6.2 liter V8, which also shuts 4 of the cylinders off to give you fuel economy while you're traveling down the road. It's pretty much the beast of Chevrolet products. It also has track mode. It has the bigger brakes, the Z51 suspension package, has the competition seats, memory seats, got air conditioned seats, got heated seats, heads up display so your eyes are never off the road. The tires are run flats. You can run about 50 miles on a tire before you have to get it changed. It's got Brembo brakes. Some unique features are the power top that can be put down at a certain speed like 30 or below. It does have trunk space for 2 bags. Bluetooth capability, navigation, like I said. So it has a track recorder that you can record your track times, your speeds, and everything else. It also has a hidden compartment behind the radio. It has a backup camera, so you don't hitting something behind you. It's a very powerful sports car, American muscle. This was the 2017 Corvette. Celebrating our 40th anniversary here at Bill McIntyre Chevrolet. Visit us on the web at billmcintyre.com.
Next on the Great Outdoors, Western gear from the Tack Room. Plus, we'll go cowboy mounted shooting.